September 9th, stock playbook. Dow Jones closed down 303 points, 2.7%. Almost took out Monday's lows. We rallied a little bit at the end of the day, but heavy volume continuing to come into the downside. We had ECB board member resign today over the controversial bond buying program. That's what put pressure on the market. That and the fact that the market just wants to go lower. There's no catalyst. President Obama's speech last night obviously did not help things any. We'll see if we can hold this level on Monday, but ultimately I think we have a date with the recent lows. We're going to test there. I don't think we're going to hold this time. If we don't, we could see this accelerate to the downside. The NASDAQ composite was down 61 points, 2.4%. Still in an uptrend, still making higher highs and higher lows. But this sell-off and the increase in the volume 2 days in a row leads me to believe the 2400 level is going to fail. Ultimately, we got a date with that 2330 level on the NASDAQ. And the S&P 500, the index that we pay the most attention to and follow, down 31 points, also 2.7%. You can make a case if you're bull that we're still in the channel, but I think it's just a matter of time. We're going to take out these lows. Ultimately, 1100 will be tested. I think we fell there. If and when we fell there, you could see an acceleration of the downside, and then we will shortly be buyers. This is not a market, buy. We've been saying that. If you want to take your shots, that's fine. Vitamin Shop, a name we've loved forever. Had a nice little pop, good revenues, good earnings recently. Look at how quick they take this thing back down. $44 a share earlier this week, now under $40 a share. It comes into the 38 level. Vitamin Shop is a name we really like going forward. Tango, TNGO. We mentioned it yesterday, the day before, last week we had it. Nice breakout, heavy volume. Pulled back today. Only $1, but if that comes back in towards the 11, 10.5 area, Tango's a name. You got to make names of stocks you like. Arcos, Dorados. We didn't do a focus list video. As I said yesterday, I'm traveling today, was traveling today, friend's wedding tonight and tomorrow. So, we're going to do just a brief video, but Arcos Dorados managed to hit a new high. This is a name we own. This is a name we like. Alta Salon is a name we've been long for some time. We highlight it for 3 weeks now. We're talking about it coming into the earnings. Alta Salon. Look at that gap up. Breaking out, hitting new highs. Heaviest volume we've seen in the stock yet as it moves up to new highs. If you bought the $60 calls when we were looking at this thing, 2.5 weeks ago, you could have got them for 70 cents. Today they were over $9. That's a 1,300% return in a down market. Just imagine what Alta Salon would have did today if we had a market that was up 300 instead of down 300. But Alta Salon, take those profits and run. If you bought the 55s, you made a few 100%. The 50s made you a couple 100%. Nobody should have lost money on Alta Salon if you were trying to trade it. Lululemon ended up in line. We had this as an earnings play. Had a little lift the last couple of days. It met with some profit taking today, but that's just the market. Actually, I was impressed with the fact that the stock closed in the upper end of its range. But we like the position. We still got a week for these this put spread, the 52.5s and the 46.25s. We continue to hold on to Lululemon's put spread. We'll see what happens next week. Stamps.com, STMP, breaking out, hitting a new high. Electronic postage, U.S. Postal Services. Again, not a market where you want to run in there and get long anything. We had lifts, and we said to short stocks as they got to the upper end of their ranges. Apple, I always say Apple Computer. Apple sold off a little bit today. Netflix testing those lows, that 203 level. We lose 203, 203, 200. I think we could see it accelerate to downside. I think you could still get short Netflix, although obviously a much better short up here when it was at $240 a share, a week and a half ago. that's really it for the playbook. It's not a short video because I'm on a laptop and I got a wedding rehearsal dinner to get to in 40 minutes. It's a short video because there's really nothing to do. The play is SPXU. If you want to take the shot at the triple ETFs, we flagged them again on Wednesday and again yesterday. You got a nice pop today. Market rolls over and these things go up 10%. So there's money to be made. I still prefer the S&P E-minis, which obviously had a field day today because I was traveling today and had wedding. I took some off of the table this morning. I did not obviously expect the market to accelerate so much to the downside, but S&P looks these E-minis. I still think we go lower, but that's really it. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, and I look forward to talking to you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.